First, on Iran, the State Department says discussions are ongoing, but gaps in these negotiations remain. Just how close are we to securing this deal, in your view?
Well, I think because of the determination of the Biden administration, its obsession really is the most accurate way to put it, to get back into the 2015 nuclear deal. I think we're very close. The issue is how much more Iran can squeeze out of the administration, and I think that's what's happening now. There are any number of reasons not to go back into the deal, but I think the White House is deaf to them.
Advocates say returning to the JCPOA is in the national security interests of the United States. They say sanctions relief is going to incentivize Iran to realign its behavior, but critics like yourself have long disagreed. What are the consequences if this goes ahead, in your view?
Well, I think the immediate consequence, obviously, will be the unfreezing of billions of dollars of Iranian assets, which will go back under their control with their discretion to spend it on their nuclear program, their support for international terrorism in the Middle East and beyond, and the relief from economic sanctions, which have had a punishing impact on the Iranian economy. It will allow the regime a lifeline, really. It's very unpopular inside Iran now, and it will give them considerable boost. This really is a decision that will harm not just the United States, but its key friends in the region, the Gulf Arab states, Israel, and pose a proliferation threat around the world. It's really a stunning mistake by the Biden administration.
Just elaborate on that for me, because as you say, the Biden administration will need to convince Israel and other wary US allies in the region, like the UAE, where I'm speaking to you today, that they'll be safer under a new Iran nuclear deal. How does he do that, given the scale of Iran's destabilizing activity in recent months and years in the Gulf states and elsewhere?
Well, I don't think he can convincingly. I think that this is getting back into this deal has become a kind of theological objective for the Biden administration. It's free from factual basis, and really, it's in the Gulf region itself where the Iranian terrorist threat is most manifest. That's not the place at the moment to worry about the nuclear threat, but the administration, the White House, is trying to compartmentalize the regime in Tehran into the bad nuclear part over here, which this deal will supposedly handle. And the other part over here that they're going to behave like a normal nation again. It just doesn't work like that. And the terrorist threat's an excellent example of it. And this is what the Gulf states worry about, what Israel worries about. And unfreezing those assets is going to empower Iran in ways it hasn't seen in the last 4 years.